Hello, welcome to session 53. So, in this session, we'll move to Act 5, where we see how tragedy looms at the end of the play because of the actions. So, what happens in Act 5, Scene 1, that British forces under Albany and Edmund they are preparing for their battle against Cordelia and French invaders near Dover. Regan, the ambitious daughter, she expresses her concern that Edmund might be having a relationship with Goneril. Now, her rivalry turns towards her own sister, where she thinks that Edmund might be having a relationship with Goneril. The two begin to argue over Edmund's love. So, before they leave for a council of war, poor Tom gives Albany the letter detailing Goneril and Edmund's plot to kill him. So, it is at this part of the play that Albany comes to know the cruel intentions of his wife because she has made a plot with Edmund so that they both kill Albany and they both come together. And Edmund declares that if Lear and Cordelia falls into his power, he will have them executed. So he makes his intentions very much clear that when they get hold of Lear and Cordelia, the first thing he do is to give an order to execute both of them. This scene shows Edmund at the high point of his success. In the last part of the play, what we see that Edmund is the one who is controlling all other characters. So he becomes the center here. Now all that stands between him and total victory is the French army. And if the French army is defeated, he plans to take total control of everything and everyone. So his speech, so Edmund's speech at the end of this scene reveals the depth of his selfishness, how selfish he is and how self-centered that person is. And he takes pleasure in playing the two sisters off against each other. He takes a kind of sadistic pleasure when he sees the two sisters fighting over him. And he also plans to show no mercy to Lear and Cordelia if they capture him. And Edmund does not think twice using murder as a tool to guarantee his success. So now in this scene, Regan, she betrays her total insecurity about Edmund's feeling for her in this scene. She is paranoid and she is very much worried that Edmund has slept with Goneril. They both have a physical union, and she is desperate to prevent Goneril from having any private or alone time with Edmund. She is also desperate to believe that he belongs to her, and her jealousy only feeds her anger towards her sister. On the other hand, Albany, when he comes to know about the plot made by his wife, his horror at the treatment of Gloucester and Lear has clearly had a major impact on him. We learn from Edmund that he is unsure whether he should fight the French. Edmund, he makes one thing clear about, or one point about Albany, where Albany expresses his intention whether he is sure to fight against French or not. Now that he is aware of the cruel intentions of these two sisters, Regan and Goneril, now he is thinking whether to fight the French or not. Albany clearly knows that Lear and Cordelia are not to blame and they have not done anything wrong, and so he cannot fight specifically against them. So he doesn't want to make it a personal rivalry. Instead, he has to fight, so he convinces himself by saying that he is fighting against the foreign invaders. So he makes this rivalry beyond his personal boundaries. Now, Goneril's desires for Edmund has completely overtaken her, and she is very much attracted by him. And she states that she would rather lose the battle to the French than see Regan with Edmund. So now her intentions are clear. If they win over French army, it is Regan who will take Edmund. So she decides to lose the battle to the French instead of seeing Regan with Edmund. On the meanwhile, the news of Cornwall's death shows once again Goneril's lack of trust in her sister. She fears that now a widow Regan may make a move towards Edmund. So the seeds of sister's downfall are being planted at this particular part of the play. The French and British armies they finally meet. They marched into battle. They meet at the Dover, and Gloucester he shelters under a tree and awaiting what to see what happens in the battlefield. While Edgar goes to check the progress of the battle, he comes back with a very sad, terrible news, tragic news that Cordelia and Lear have been defeated and they are taken as prisoners by the British army. So Gloucester is filled with despair and he longs for death after hearing that news. So, a key moment in the play is the defeat of Cordelia's army. It would appear to indicate the complete victory of the forces of evil and selfishness in the play. Lear and Cordelia have been captured, and given what we know of Edmund's intention, that there seems to be little chance for them to survive because Edmund has already made his intentions clear that he will give an order to execute both Lear and Cordelia as soon as they defeat them. So only Albany's decency and Edgar's determination to punish his brother leave any grounds for hope to the audience. So, in spite of everything Edgar has seen and suffered personally, he shows amazing strength even though Cordelia's army has been defeated and she and her father taken as prisoners. Here we see the character of Edgar with so much of integrity. He is the one who becomes protective towards everyone at the end of the play. He refuses to accept his father's wish to die and leads him to safety. Clearly, it is Edgar who intends to take his revenge upon Edmund. The trials he has been put through in the course of the drama have filled him with a stoical determination to accept everything that life brings. So this is session. In this session we looked into Act 5. So we'll continue reading the final act in the next session also. Thank you.